And this, my friends, is why we continue to come back west. Let's get into it. Okay, what's going on, YouTube? FXDLS Brooklyn is back in the building, and we are out here from the post-apocalyptic wasteland, aka the Bonneville Salt Flats. This was a bucket list item that we actually did last year, and it was just so amazing that we just had to come back. That's right, I'm already getting people saying, how could you shower that bike in all that Himalayan pink salt after you just built it? Well, it's a motorcycle. We built it to ride it, and I like a little bit of salt. It is what it is. We got the road captain, who is once again crushing it on his Pan America, doing great out here, and that's it. Just wanted to bring you a little video talking about, for some of you who ask, why we continue to plow through the West year after year, and this is it. You know, it does not get better than this. I am very excited to be out here. This is one of my favorite locations to ride in, so let's start the bike and let's get some miles, brother, out here in the Bonneville Salt Flats with none other than the road captain. You are seeing what I'm seeing, which is endless white. It just looks like Planet Hoth, man. Wild. You cannot beat this, y'all. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to hose the bikes off later, you know, but we didn't build these bikes to be show bikes. Even though this bike did recently win an award for V-Twin Visionary, that was not the purpose of building this bike. The purpose was to do what we're doing right now, which is riding these bikes fast and riding these bikes far, which I think we have been achieving. Got a little bit of burnt rain gear in the exhaust, but it's not a bike trip until you've done that. And this bag, ooh, this bag has been amazing. There he goes, the Pan America Special. I cannot wait to drop the full-length video of this so you guys can see the drone shots that I got. Look at all this salt, man. Woo! Woo! Look at all that salt. That's why you want to get some gold-plated ARP bolts from Bamco, man. Those things will never rust. Hell yeah. And I think I talked about this in a previous video. When you have done the cross-country trips, the amount of times that we have, suddenly this country doesn't seem so big anymore. You know, by tomorrow we will have reached California, which is always kind of a special thing when you're starting your trip in New York, hence a coast to coast. And there's just no better way to see this country than on a motorcycle, man, which is why we just continue to do it again and again and again. And I am really glad that we got to revisit this, especially with 135 True Gold, because last year I did it on a stock Street Glide that Harley gave me to ride. This year I'm actually doing it on a bike that I built, which is really special. But also last year I had a serious issue where my iPhone crashed out and I wound up losing like a very significant amount of content that I had recorded. And a lot of that was actually from here, which was the Salt Flats. So I lost a bunch of video that I took and a bunch of pictures that I took, and that was a hard pill to swallow at the time. But actually, in hindsight, when I got around to making my first full-length video, I could link it here if you want to see it, it was actually helpful to not have all of that content. It made having to cut a full-length video that much easier. And we could have kept going, but now we're gonna take this road back to 80 to pursue further west. Like I said, the goal here is to hit California, which is exactly what we are doing. But to get this level of vastness and openness of the feeling that you're on the moon, this is a very, very special thing for those of us coming from the city life, man. And that's why you gotta get out and do the bike trips, man. No one's gonna do it for you. You're not gonna get this experience if you trailer your bike. You gotta push yourself to get out there and get those miles. Even if it's a short one, even if it's an 1,000-mile trip or whatever. get out there and experience what it's all about. And this, my friends, is what it's all about. So, like I said, I do plan to drop a couple full-length videos that are voiced over and have some more cinematic shots in them. But the one thing I wanted to do this time around is actually drop a couple videos where it is real time, so you're kind of getting the behind the scenes of what we're experiencing in real time, behind the bars, hearing the exhaust, hearing my reaction. Because every time I do a poll about this, I always get a lot of people that just say that they miss the traditional FXDLS format of motovlogging, as evolved as we've gotten with cinematography over the years. So don't worry, the live updates will continue as we continue to press on in this coast-to-coast trip. How many miles are we into the trip right now? We are 3,200 miles into the trip, and we're not even at the halfway point, so I think we're doing pretty good, guys. I like to think we're doing pretty good. So the plan with the man himself over here is we're going to set up camp tonight. I think we got another 200 miles to make today or something like that. And then after that, we're gonna blast into California. My wife is flying out there, my mom's flying out there, so it's kind of nice to turn the coast to coast into a little family trip too, and get to ride the coast with my wife a little bit, and get to have her along for the ride. But this is amazing, y'all. It does not get any better than this. I'm grateful to have been doing this for a decade with none other than this man right here, who has done a spectacular job in not just leading this leg of the trip, but leading the first leg of the trip, which was 8 psychopaths from the Curse crew, and keeping that energy together and intact, which he did a great job, besides us getting a little unnecessarily wet at times, but you'll hear all about that. As always, if you've been enjoying the trip updates, if you've been enjoying the Coast to Coast 2025, be sure to like and subscribe, as it does help us on the path forward. We do have some merch available from Outrider Demons as well as Curse. You can check it out in the description. And as always, patreon.com/FXDLS for those deeper cuts, even deeper and but more behind the scenes of what we're doing right now. So thanks for the support, y'all. This is me and my dad in our element, which is crushing the bike trip miles. It doesn't get much better than this, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the long road. FXDLS Brooklyn is out.
Goodbye.